Some people don't like the application known as iTunes, and they don't like using it to put things on their iOS device or iPod. Now, luckily, you don't have to use this application all the time. In fact, you can just drag and drop files right from the Finder into any iOS device. So, I am Alex Bavolsik from HowToDoTech.com, and today we're going to be manually managing iOS devices and iPods. So before we do anything, there are two things you're going to want to do that I have done already. First of all, go to View up at the top and select Show Sidebar instead of Hide Sidebar. So you have this on the side. This will be much easier for dragging and dropping. The next thing you want to do under iTunes is hit Manually Manage Music and Videos. Don't worry about this Enable Disk Use. This is because my iPod that I'm using right now, an iPod Nano that's quite old, enables this, and this lets you transfer contacts and calendars back when that was the latest thing. Now, this is not going to be available on new iOS devices or new iPods, so don't worry about it whatsoever. Pretend it's not there. This little iPod thing on the right isn't real, so don't worry about it. But you will want to check that box, Manually Manage Music and Videos. So once you do that, you can move items onto this iPod or iOS device at your leisure. Now, we need to talk about what you can move. If you have an iOS device like an iPhone or an iPad, you can move videos, music, and pictures. Now, for the videos, you're going to want an MP4 video that's able to be played. Also, you're going to want to make sure that your music is in a weird format like FLAC or something. You're going to want to keep AIFF or M4A or MP3. Now, if you do not have an iPad, an iPhone, or any of those models, you're using an iPod like I am, you're probably not going to be able to use pictures, and your video might work, might not. You'll probably need a lower resolution, like I know this can't even handle 720p resolution, so that's not going to work out. But it can also not handle pictures. It does handle a lot of audio formats like the AIFF, the M4A, and the MP3, but again, you want to be careful with what you transfer over. So now that we've talked about that, let's get into the fun part, actually putting stuff on this device. So I'm going to go over to the folder over here, Items for iPod, and I'm just going to drag these three. One's a picture, one's a video of 1080p, and one's music. Now, I'm specifically putting things on here that can't be transferred to show you what will happen if you can't. It tells some items cannot be transferred over, and it shows me the two problematic items, the video and the picture. Now, I'm just going to have to hit OK. Sadly, those won't be able to go on this iPod, but the music did. So now that we have that, one of the most important things you need to think about is ejecting. A lot of people just like to unplug the device directly from iTunes and then move on with their life. You can't do that. You will have problems with the device immediately. In fact, in older versions of iTunes, it used to warn you every time you selected that box, make sure you eject. It's kind of like a flash drive. Like if you do not eject your flash drives, eventually they will go corrupt and you'll lose files. So I'm going to hit the eject button over here in the sidebar on the left. And then I'm also going to show you on the camera, right now, the iPod Nano, for this case, has a special OK to disconnect thing. It makes sure you do not disconnect till that is over. Now, just for the sake of humoring you, I'm going to show you where the music is located, so hopefully we'll just get this in focus pretty well. Go to Music. And from here, I'm going to go down to Songs, because I only have one. And there we see the song, and I can even tap to play it. Now, I don't have headphones right now, and this model does not have a speaker, but suffice it to say, this is playing. So that is the iPod, or in your case, might be an iOS device. So if I were to go and plug this back into the computer, we see Alex's iPod pop up back on the sidebar on the left. So we've already put stuff on this device, but maybe we'll want to get things off. I mean, you can't just go right into the Finder and grab the content. You have to go through iTunes. Now, I want to take off that one song, so I'm going to click on Music over here. And if you don't have these options, just hit the arrow on the left, and that will toggle whether you see them or not. So I'm going to hit Music, and there is Latin Industries right there. So I'm just going to tap this and right click and hit delete, and this will take it directly off the iPod. It asks if I want to remove it. Yes, I do. Couple seconds and it's gone. So that's really how to manage things on an iOS device. Now you can do the same with pictures, movies, TV shows, anything you want when you transfer it over. Just right click and delete. Manually managing devices is really simple, and if you find that you don't like it and you want to go back to syncing, it's as simple as unchecking the checkbox, hitting OK, deleting all that, and then you would go through the syncing process once again through iTunes. So we hope you have enjoyed this tutorial from howtodotech.com. If you have any questions, please leave them down in a comment below, or you can email us at howtodotechyt@gmail.com. We are also on Facebook and Google+, so if you have any questions, you can always ask us there, and feel free to circle us or like the page. You can also click on our YouTube channel to look at more content we have created, or click on one of the icons right now on the screen to go to those playlists to see more tutorials. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. I am Alex Bavolsik, and I will see you next time.